Welcome to Oriental AM, your source for the latest happenings in Gensokyo and beyond. Broadcasting to you pre-recorded from somewhere on Yokai Mountain, and now, your host, MC.
Welcome back to Oriental AM, your source for the latest happenings in Gensokyo and beyond. You want to listen to this in MP3 format? There's going to be a download in the description. Yeah, we're getting that out of the way right now this time. It's been a little while since the last episode, maybe a little bit longer than I would have liked, but oh well, we're here now. Charles has got some big news about a convention. Go on, Charles.
This is probably the third instance where I've mentioned it, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to my first ever anime convention. It's going to be Tekko 2019, which was formerly called Tekko Shokon, but now a bunch of normies invaded and now it's called Tekko.
Or so we thought, because apparently it's less normie than was initially expected. If you've seen Charles' recent video he uploaded just today at the time of recording.
I made that while I was absolutely plastered, okay? Like, I had like 20 cans of Pepsi before I started filming that.
Mm-hmm, it's some good stuff. It's quite a trip.
And my people at my anime club told me to use Fanguru to check the newly released panel list, which they just released like a couple hours ago. And I figured, it's probably just going to be some stuff that I can be like cynical about. But then as I scrolled down a bit further, as I type in Toho, all of a sudden there's a panel on an introductory course on Toho Project. And as you saw, I pretty much flipped shit.
And God, why did they take so long to release this? Holy crap. It's like, what? How long's the convention away now? Like 2 weeks from now?
Literally exactly 1 week.
1 week from now. And it took them this long to say what... I mean, okay, I don't know anything about conventions, right? I've never been to one. But I would think they would tell you information about it a lot longer than 1 week before it happens. I mean, God, like, you didn't know anything that was gonna happen until just now. Like, just today.
Usually it's stuff that takes, like, several months to, like, show up early, you know? Like, this is stuff that I would have been very happy to know back in, say, maybe January.
Yeah, we were being, like, super cynical about this. We're like, oh, God, it's gonna be full of normies, it's gonna be fucking terrible, we're just...
It's gonna be full of those Overwatch boys! You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. And so, he was just like, alright, I'm just gonna get myself kicked out of there. But now, he's got a reason to stay.
And I also got a reason to crack one, so... do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta crack one open. As per Oriental Elite's tradition, I got Pepsi Max this time. I'm more of a Coca-Cola guy.
But I just got regular because I ran out of Max.
Yeah.
I used it all up filming that little thing. So I was having Max autism right there.
You just freaking chugged like an entire case of Pepsi Max.
An entire 12-pack of Pepsi Max caused me that maximum autism.
Maximum autism. That'd be a good commercial.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Good times
so
indeed.
Yeah, I guess while we're on the topic, I might as well discuss my plans, since apparently everyone that I've talked to about my April Fool's video thought I was literally joking.
No, I saw the comments,
up. Yeah, like, DDD Star Allies, thought it was all, like, made up. It was all a ruse. No, it was real. My intentions are that I'm going to try and make a Conor O'Malley-style documentary about it, which is probably not going to work out, but I'll try my hardest.
They might kick him out for it. They have really strict rules. I mean, of course you talked about it, but we should probably mention that they have a lot of rules against recording stuff and taking pictures and that sort of thing, and that might get in the way of him trying to do this stupid-ass shit. I
both understand it and don't at the same time.
I mean, I'd love to see it just as much as he'd love to do it. I don't know about you guys, but sounds amazing.
On Friday, I intend to live stream, where I do a sort of YouTube IRL stream, sort of like Jonathan did when he went to go preach Buddhism in the public streets.
Yeah.
Which I thought was like the most funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get my makeup done if I cosplay. If I don't, then I'm just gonna skip this entirely. I'm bringing my mini Z. Gonna try my hardest not to run anyone over with it. Hitting up the vendor panels, probably not gonna see anything impressive. My rule of thumb is, if it has Rumia on it, I have to buy it regardless of its value.
Yep.
If it's anything Initial D related or has a car by any context, except for fictitious context,
oh god,
I have to buy it.
You could go really overboard with that one, dude.
No, I don't think they sell very many model kits that are car oriented. I really doubt that. Mm-hmm. If they do, that's impressive. But I know these people are more like mecha focused when it comes to like model kits. So
yeah,
that's why I'm leaving the bet there.
Okay.
And furthermore, hitting up all the hentai-oriented panels I can.
I was just about to bring that up. All the hentai panels.
The problem is there's actually so many that they conflict with the time schedule. So I would have a lot of instances where I would have to choose between Ecchi Bingo and... Hang on, let me look it up.
Ecchi Bingo? What?
Yeah, let's see. It was either Ecchi Bingo or a Love Live meetup.
Love Live! Hell yeah.
Or Pokemon Survivor. Like, these all three of these events are going on at the same time. And here's another one. The Maid Cafe Experience or Two Girls, One Spool.
What the hell is that?
Two Girls, One Spool is where they're like 3D printing all sorts of like... Here, I'll read the description.
No, yeah, I remember.
Do you long for a certain anime character, but wish you could take your relationship to the next intimate level? Well, 3D printing is... This sounds like shit I would dig into.
Right.
You know? This is for me. It's either this or the Maid Cafe Experience. I don't know. I really have to play my cards correctly here.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
really
then this is my favorite.
Choose.
The final event. This is my fetish. Where everyone goes in and confesses their fetishes.
Oh, God, I'd be screwed at that one.
Bruh, I legit need to, like, fucking bring an audio recorder or something just to, like,
yes,
get samples of everything that I hear.
Oh, my God. And if you can't do video and taking pictures and stuff like that, at least bring an audio recorder in your goddamn pocket, because that needs to be heard by the world.
I can, like, sneak it in my fucking, under my clothes, and they'll never suspect it. Oh,
God. Dude, I almost want to say that's so fucked, but, like, in the first place, these people are already revealing their fetishes to others, so it doesn't matter, right?
I could just, like, fucking throw a sound recorder in my fucking bra. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. The classic.
Genius.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'll just put, like, a Grant McDonald and be like, Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch?
And the funny thing is, the whole thing ends at like 4 o'clock, so I can officially say I'm leaving the place at 4:20.
Nice.
And I can also officially say I'm going to the place at 4:20. Because I am actually showing up at 4:20.
Nice.
I'm specifically going out of my way to make that true. And if I see anybody that somehow knows me at this thing, which I really doubt, but if it does happen, you know who you are. We're gonna fight.
Yeah, guy.
We're gonna fight Pokemon style.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
He's probably listening to this right now. Fucking guy.
Ooh, he's probably stroking his wiener to this.
So in other news... stroking his wiener to that. In other news, we're planning on bringing back Omega with Toho. Originally, I was planning on uploading this on April Fool's, the announcement for bringing back Omega with Toho. We're gonna call it Omega with Toho Rebirth. It's gonna be like the first few episodes of the original Omega with Toho, where we actually pretend to be the Toho characters. After a while, it just kind of went to shit. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Season 2 was, like, the best, right? Charles agrees, it kind of peaked in Season 2.
The first day I cosplayed was where it peaked at its time.
Yeah, that was the best.
It was not going to get any better than that.
So Charles never really wanted to continue doing Omega with Toho just because...
I wrote myself into a corner.
He didn't want it to have the next few episodes be worse than that one, but I think we can at least do a good job keeping it up. I mean, people like Omega with Toho. It's what we're most well known for. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna go. Possibly I may be hosting, or Charles will continue. Either way, it's gonna be going up on the Oriental Elites channel this time around. As you'd expect, we're trying to move things over to here. So stay tuned for that.
Group-oriented things here.
Yeah, more group-oriented things.
That way
Charles
I'm not
does
like
all his...
the uploading slave for my community.
no, Charles is, he's got all his shit posts going on.
Yeah,
you know?
That's kind of ironic we're calling it Rebirth, because just like Neptunia, I wrote myself into a corner.
That's not ironic, that's coincidental.
No, you see, like, Neptunia, they wrote themselves into a corner, which is why they made Rebirth. I wrote myself into a corner. Hence why you probably decided to call it Rebirth.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure.
Is that why? Just be honest with me.
No, I just wanted to steal a title from Neptunia because it works.
Wow, what a fucking coincidence.
God damn it.
You're listening to OAM.
So the European Union just passed Article 13, and we're gonna discuss that and the implications it has potentially on memes and the internet as a whole. Go ahead, Charles, you can start.
You know what the worst part is?
What?
Americans act like it's not their problem, when in actuality, this could potentially affect the entirety of the internet as we know it.
I fucking hate this shit, too, because the European Union is terrible, right? They keep making all these stupid laws that affect the internet as a whole for everybody. And it's terrible. It's like, they have so much influence, and I hate that.
There's a reason Brexit happened.
Yeah,
There's
you know what?
reason.
I can get behind that now. It's like, God, I mean, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with the fucking European Union either, let me tell you something.
Sargon of Akkad goes on tyrants on how Brexit was a fucking good thing. You know, you think that sometimes you might be thinking, oh, he might be crazy a little, but no, he's far from.
I think it fucked their
the
economy
EU
a bit,
is
though.
going ballistic. And we have to suffer the repercussions just because they're a little butthurt over some memes and shit.
Yeah. No, seriously though, the European Union, oh my god, they ban anything that's mildly offensive. Like, I think it's bad in America. I mean, God, like, we have to deal with a lot of liberal bullshit. Sorry to be very specific about that, but it should be clear by now which side we're on, alright? But
if anything, this is just like Sopa Pipa all over again.
Yeah, God.
Does anybody remember Sopa?
Sopa.
That was a thing like 10 years ago. Like, it's almost as if we're repeating events of history, except we're living in the bad reality. When back then we were living in the good reality.
Yeah, it's
because Sopa and Pipa did not get passed. You know, it got neglected.
Somebody didn't collect
Article
all the time stones.
No, fucking Article 13's coming. It's already here.
It's coming, it certainly is, and, well, maybe it's not. I mean, I hear that there's a potential for it to be turned around, but God, it's another one. Okay, so here's what's going on. We haven't talked, like, at all about what it actually is, but here's what Article 13 is, okay? So it's essentially more strict copyright laws, okay? And these copyright laws are gonna require, uploading services, just like anything that hosts things on the internet, any providers like YouTube, for example, or like, I don't know, some meme website, right? Where it will be illegal for them to have copyrighted content without a license. So you can no longer just upload whatever you want. It has to be checked for copyright. So that's gonna suck, because first problem is that these copyright filters most certainly are going to detect a lot of stuff that is not actually copyrighted. It's just gonna cause all kinds of problems, you know? Like, YouTube already has some sort of copyright filter, but it's not very strict, and it does accidentally detect non-copyrighted material as copyrighted sometimes, and it's not very good at sorting through exemptions and that sort of thing. But this is going to be mandatory now on the internet, that these types of providers are going to provide, is that even the right word? It's not. These hosts are going to have to, like, they're going to have to filter through all of the copyrighted content that comes through. And the potential implications that this has on memes is pretty obvious. Now there is an exemption that says, that parodies are allowed, right? And that's great and fine, because that protects memes. But like I said before, the problem is these filters are most certainly going to have to be automatic, because they can't hire a bunch of fucking people to look at every goddamn video that gets uploaded to YouTube. There's no fucking way. They're gonna have to do it automated somehow. And yeah, there's gonna be problems with it.
Huge problems. In fact, some of the greatest creators on YouTube come from the EU.
Yeah.
You know, like Pyrosanical, for example, you know. Pyro, I feel, is going to be the most severely affected.
Yeah.
So he's going to be screwed.
God.
And PewDiePie, even though he lives in Sweden, will probably be affected heavily as well, you know. Meanwhile, T-Series is just sitting there going, just not giving a damn, you know?
Yeah.
They're playing their 420 Punjabi music, just not caring. Meanwhile, PewDiePie's struggling just to get any single Dr. Phil video out there because, yeah, Article 13, man.
They passed PewDiePie, didn't they?
But guess what? PewDiePie passed them right back up.
That's good. But that's a sad day. The fact that it happened at all is just very unfortunate. Of course, we are PewDiePie supporters. Subscribe to PewDiePie if you haven't already.
Mean it's the end if they pass. It
yes.
never is the end.
This is
always a light.
This is the true Infinity War. This is never ending.
Yeah, it's never ending, ever.
Oh,
and the best part is, you can always derail it into the idea of taking crusty JPEGs and converting them into forms of speech. You see, we've been doing this since the dawn of JPEGs on the internet, period. You know, before this, it was ASCII art. You would have people who would spend hours upon hours a day making ASCII art of people's buttholes. And probably because of Article 13, we're probably going to have to go back to doing this, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to have to go back to making, like, ASCII porn if we ever want to see porn ever again.
If we want to see lollies ever again, it's going to have to be ASCII porn.
Yeah, I know.
Can we talk about that too? The internet is being ruined just as a whole. They want to take away our lollies too. Oh my god.
This is not from the EU. This is from the UN.
Mm-hmm.
The UN just wants to ban the lollies, which I find kind of hypocritical because I've heard some UN members are under a conspiracy theory that they go to, like, private islands and rape, like, little kids.
Of course, there's a conspiracy theory like that, though. Come on.
Like, for example, they, like, have a private island and they take all these, like, migrant children to the fucking private islands.
Oh, God.
Like, don't back me up on this. Don't back me up on this. This is, like, conspiracy theories. Okay?
Yeah, no,
and
don't
then,
worry,
like,
I had no
notable
intention.
members, like, the fucking UN, go to this fucking island, and they just have, like, a fucking orgy with all the kids. I can't say where this island is. I assume it's off the coast of Hawaii, which is a fictional country I just pulled from South Park. But, you know.
Maybe it's Sado. You know, maybe where Mamizo comes from.
Maybe. I don't know. What we do know is, if this is true, they're being hypocritical pieces of shit. And if you're not going to base it on the fact that they want some little boy pussy, let's instead focus on the fact that they're trying to ban cartoons. I mean, I know this is a bullshit argument, don't get me wrong, but you got to really think about this in the form of perspective. Like, isn't this just going to increase pedophilia in a way? Because you see, a lot of known pedophiles in the fucking world will usually, like, use shit like this as an outlet, so that way they don't do any IRL shit.
They can settle for lollies.
Well, some, not all of them.
Yeah.
Like, true pedos won't be able to settle.
Yeah.
Those little, like, softcore pansy boys where they're just, like, uncertain about their sexuality probably can settle for lollies.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But let me summarize it, okay? So here's the difference between lolicons and pedophiles. We'll start with the lolicons.
Okay.
Lolicons jack off to drawings, typically of anime people, that are deliberately depicted as, you know, young and pure and shit.
Yes.
This explores
Highly
fantasy by jacking off to this hyper-idealized drawing that bears little, if not minimalistic, resemblance to reality. with little wish to replicate the fantasy in real life. So, in practice, you're not hurting anyone. If anything, you're hurting your wallet because of the internet bandwidth you take up looking at this shit. They would never harm real children, either out of genuine repulsion towards human beings, or the fear of getting arrested. You see,
course.
that's that statement.
Because lolicons are all neckbeards, of course.
But, you see, in short, the lolicon's a fucking weirdo.
Yes.
But he's harmless. You know, he's like that fucking neck-bearded, fedora-wearing soy boy who watches, you know, fucking, Senran Kagura religiously.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I'm talking to you, Colin.
That would be me, actually. I'm the Senran Kagura guy.
You see, Dylan, here's the problem. You're a twink, so you don't really fit that description.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Alright, now, let's move on to pedophiles.
Okay, so pedophiles includes us, pretty much, right?
No. We're fucking lolicons. Let's focus.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the problem, though. You know, I'm like a fucking muscular fuckwad. You're a fucking twink.
I'm a twink, yeah.
So, let's focus on pedophiles. Pedophiles deliberately focus on real children.
Yeah.
Like, live kids. You know? Like, and it's usually kids that they're in close relation with. Like, either a daughter or a cousin. Which, usually 9 times out of 10, it's the cousin, as we've heard from the stories.
Yeah.
You know. And they live out fantasies by stalking or molesting real children.
Okay, here's where you're taking this a little bit in an odd direction, because we're talking about what a pedophile is versus what a lolicon is, right? But the thing is,
I'm doing a Venn diagram right now.
Okay, but pedophiles don't have to actually rape children. If you're sexually attracted to children in any way, you're a pedophile.
Well, they fantasize with it by cheese pizza.
Okay,
like
well,
they use cheese pizza.
You know, I'm gonna just insert my 2 cents on this, okay?
And I'm just going to have to butt in right here with a disclaimer, because what these 2 ass clowns are about to say sounds pretty fucked up. To clarify, the point being made here is that just being attracted to children isn't hurting anyone. However, child pornography and the like are still very bad. You know, these 2 sound pretty retarded in general this episode, so I apologize for that. Please endure it so I don't end up on the streets again.
Because I'm probably going to regret saying this, but people seem to think that being a pedophile is like the worst thing in the world, and in my eyes, it is far from it. I mean, okay, let me present this to you. Right? Okay, look, alright,
you know how the internet is right now, Dylan.
Yes,
Guilty
I
until
know how
proven
the internet
innocent.
is. They're gonna take it out of context, whatever. Okay, look, right? It's not the worst thing in the world, alright? If you came to me and you were like, would you rather be raped as a child or fucking murdered? Which one do you think I'm gonna choose? Which one are you gonna choose? Because it should be obvious.
I'd rather be raped, because at least it'd feel good, you know?
Yeah, there you go. But no, okay, that's terrible. Alright, this is getting really bad. But no. Alright, look, here's the deal. My point is, I would rather be raped as a child than dead. I'd rather be mentally scarred than fucking dead. Or just like a lot of things. I mean...
Yeah, because it feels good.
You could...
You know?
Maybe, but no. It's really just like, there are a lot worse things you can do. I mean, like, I've heard so many people say being a pedophile is the worst thing you can do. But... like, if you're a pedophile and you're not raping children, like, in the first place, okay? Then, like, what's the problem? I mean, okay, yeah, it's morally questionable, but is it that bad? No, of course it isn't. They're not doing anything. Ah, God.
Okay, let me get on my last little thing in this Venn diagram. The last statement is they would have no second thoughts about raping a 6-year-old girl and claiming that she wanted it.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's usually their excuse. Their excuse is, she fucking led me on. I didn't know she was 16. Oh, fuck.
By the way, this is actually kind of disgusting. Just putting this out there, we are not condoning child rape in any way.
If you do that, I will shank you. I will find you. I will make a shiv out of my own dick and shank you with it.
Oh, God. Holy shit.
I will, like, formulate all, like, a gallon of cum around my dick and make a shiv out of it.
Oh, God.
I will stab you with it.
He's gonna give you his STDs, motherfucker. He's gonna give you the AIDS.
You fucking deserve it, you fucking pedo. But yeah, that's what I mean. You know, they're just like a perfect punching bag, which we're clearly demonstrating right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you said, there are those very few minority who wouldn't act out on their aggressions and shit. But at the same time,
I don't think they're a minority. I think that there's probably a lot more pedophiles than you think there are. It's not that rare a fetish, I don't think.
This is why when I turn 21, I need to get a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
Because, fuck, I have a little cousin. I swear to God, anyone touches her, I'm gonna bust the shit out of them. I'm gonna fucking just kill their little asses.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, it's horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. I don't know what else to mention in that regard, but what I can say is I think the UN is misguided with this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they should stop worrying about what people jack off to and be more concerned about what kind of people are getting fucking, hurt.
Yeah.
Like, focus more on the human trafficking. Focus more on that. Focus less on fucking neckbeards just stroking it hard with a fleshlight, watching their favorite hentai. Like, it's not going to solve anything if they just keep it this way.
Yeah.
It's only going to make things more problematic, which is why I feel the UN is just freaking ridiculous with this circumstance.
Yeah. I tend to agree.
I don't know what else to say about the matter.
And then that's all.
I'm Chris Hansen, and I approve this message.
You are not fucking Chris Hansen.
I once was. Can we delve into a little bit of story time here?
Oh, okay, sure, let's do it.
I've always wanted to talk about this, but a couple of months ago, I enlisted in the Thought Patrol.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh,
We're
we never
gonna get
talked
into
about
this
that.
story today.
Alright, let's do it.
It all happened in the late February, when I was on the website skipthegames.com. Skipthegames.com is more of an escort website, where you can hire a hooker to fuck you in the ass.
Yeah.
So I did just that. Here's the thing, though. What I found interesting was I found 2 people that are at my college campus on that application. So what I did was I got their contact information, and I decided I would contact them. So that way I could get more information as to where they're located, and to see if they're legit. And what do you know? They were very legit. So legit, in fact, that they were willing to fuck me for $200. Of course, because I have a waifu, I have to decline this offer. So I immediately walk over to the campus police, and they tell me that they can't do shit about it. Instead, this is a state issue, and I need to go tell the state police about it. You can probably check the police report in the academic records. Don't back me on that quote.
Okay.
That's probably there. So after I went to the state police, I decided that it was time that I finally made myself a proper member of the Thought Patrol.
Yeah.
So now I regularly go on that website to detect more thoughts and to get them reported any way I can. And if I could summarize it, they were gone for a few weeks from the site.
Yeah.
They were pretty repugnant assholes when I talked to them.
Oh, God.
Because I set them up so that way it would be like an alcohol situation, where they came to me.
Yeah.
But they were kind of uncomfortable about that, thinking I was a police officer.
Yeah.
They were half right, They were half right.
Yeah.
And, my idea was when they got there, I was going to pull a Chris Hansen on them.
Uh-huh.
And just be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I was going to do that. But I was never able to really pull it off because, again, if I went to them, they would probably, throw it back on me.
Yeah.
And say I was the one who, hired them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then either I fuck them then and there, give them the money, and then pretend it never happens. Or I get arrested even though they're the ones who, solicit the fucking shit.
Yeah.
So, it's like a double-edged sword. I didn't do this because, I want to, fucking, make the fucking neighborhood better. If anything, I could give less of a shit. I really did this because
you
I
couldn't
was
give
fucking...
less of a shit. You fucking tard.
Yeah, I was fucking butthurt
Yeah.
about thoughts being on my college campus, and I wanted to put an end to them once and for all.
Yeah.
And it worked for a few weeks, but then all of a sudden they came back. I think what happened was, instead of them getting arrested, they just got misdemeanor charges or a warning or something.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this much. They did tell me that they had 7 people there. And if you do the math, so I'll do this. So there were
Okay.
7 people. And let's say they all got about 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
They made $1,400 in a day. In a day. It's an estimate, albeit it's a generous estimate. But remember,
God.
these girls, they charge $200 an hour.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That is.
You know,
if they're
think
getting
about all
those
the
sales.
Nintendo Switches you could buy with 2 hours of sex.
Yeah.
It's probably not even
Fucking-
good sex, too. It's probably with a fucking roasty vagina or something. So it's probably not even going to be good to begin with. So you're just literally burning your money and giving it to a crack addicted fucking hooker who's
no.
under the age of 25
Yeah.
and looks like she has death in the eyes. I'm not giving names because fuck. And just to put the icing on the top, the rest of them that I've seen are some of the most decrepit people I could ever imagine. The only half decent ones are the ones that are robots and not even actual human beings. But they're lifting their images off of supermodels.
Ah, man.
So of course they'd look at least decent, at least in health.
Yeah.
But the ones that are real look like they all have problems.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean in the aesthetics problem. I mean in you can see it in their deadpan faces.
Of course they have problems. They're fucking hookers. Of course they have problems.
Their faces are so deadpan, it screams to the audience that I have an addiction. I don't know if it's drugs, I don't know if it's this, but I do have an addiction.
Addicted to Beppish Max.
And the funny part is, you know how women always complain that men are fucking slobs and shit?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to throw that back on the women, because the backgrounds of the people's bathrooms are some of the most horrific bathrooms I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, well, I mean, these are hookers, though.
No. I've also seen, normal photos of, girls taking selfies on Tinder.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All their fucking dorms are, just hoarder houses.
Oh, man.
They'll have all this shit on their beds. I don't even know how they sleep at night. And then I just look at my room, and then it looks like something that's minimalistic. All I got is my PC, my A86 on the cabinet,
No, that's how my room
digital
is,
camera, and then my body pillow. Just my body pillow on my bed. There's nothing else.
Yeah,
the bed's clean.
Gotta have that body pillow.
It looks sensible. And then these
Might be
women
a few
just have the
stains on it,
audacity,
but clean otherwise.
They just have the audacity to tell me that my room looks like shit. And I wish I could just throw it right back at them, but I know, out of respect, I can't fucking do it.
What do you mean they tell you your room looks like shit? Where does that happen?
That's what fucking women do, you know? They claim that you don't know how to fucking clean shit up.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But holy fucking shit, if you saw their bedrooms, you'd think they're fucking hoarders.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. The thing is I don't like 3D. Fucking 3D pic disgusting.
Yeah, gross. Yeah, don't want any of that shit.
2D reigns supreme. Unless I find me an anime waifu at fucking Tekko, then in that case maybe I'll change my mind. But until then, 2D superior!
Thank you for listening to Oriental AM. We hope you're enjoying this installment.
Leading nicely in from our previous segment on another internet-related topic, we're going to be talking about privacy here, mostly online privacy, because I don't really get it. People these days seem to care a lot about privacy, but I don't really understand why. Charles, your thoughts?
So this is where we're gonna fight, asshole.
Alright.
I got a lot of things that I feel are vital for privacy online.
Okay.
A lot of them are kind of shady, Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But a lot of it has to do with the fact that some of us internally are like fucking retarded motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And we use the internet to resolve all of our vices.
Mm.
I'm one of those people. So
Yeah.
your defense, my N-word.
Yeah, okay. Look, so here's my problem with the whole privacy spiel, is, it seems like most people, don't really have a whole lot to hide, right? I think that the average normie cares a lot about privacy for some reason. I don't really know why exactly. But, like, why? Okay, let's say, like, for example, right?
Now, is it privacy as a collective or privacy in levels?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, there's, like, two figures to people. There's their public figure and then their private figure.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that if somebody's private figure were to leak out into the public, I'm sure a lot of people would stir up what I like to call non-traversy about it.
Uh-huh.
They do this a lot with celebrities, you know, like when celebrities all of a sudden have like a sex tape leaked. For one, they shouldn't have been filming to begin with, but for another thing, you know, if they choose to like keep that to themselves, then shit, that stuff shouldn't be leaked.
Okay, well, I'm not talking about that sort of thing. Here's what I'm talking about, alright? My point is, let's say a company such as Google, as much as I hate Google, a company such as Google, or such as Comcast, what the fuck are they gonna do with the information they're collecting about you? I've heard some people say, like, you know, Comcast, the routers, they record whatever you're doing.
Oh yeah,
like,
this I'm absolutely fine about. This I'm absolutely okay with.
Okay, so here's my point, right? Is the people were flipping out about that. They hear, Comcast's routers will record your internet history, even if you use incognito mode. Oh my god. Like, what? Are you doing illegal stuff? Why do you care? What reason do you have to care? Like, oh my god, they're gonna find out you're looking at lolly hentai on the internet.
Call me hypocritical.
Nobody's
here,
gonna look at it.
I actually want them to see what I'm looking at, because I want the person that's reading the backlog to think I'm a mentally disturbed individual. I want them to think
but
that.
They're not gonna read the backlog in the first place unless you've committed a crime or something. They're gonna have any reason to look through it. They don't have people just looking at internet history all day to see. They don't do that, you know? So why do you care? Why do people
play
care?
Some devil's advocate.
Alright.
Employers.
Yeah.
A lot of employers have been using a lot of personal information that people retardedly publicly post as a decision-making procedure as to whether or not they should hire someone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd say this is more your fault because, well, you posted the stuff to begin with. So, yeah, in that case, that'd be your fault.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's buried deep within your hard drive and hasn't had any online activity whatsoever, then I do not feel that they have the right to see that. You know, that's something for you.
Yeah.
And if they ever get access to that, that could be problematic.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been talking about this a lot in one of my communications media classes. It's number Com460. We talk a lot about the show Black Mirror, where there's a lot of data mining issues in that show.
Yeah.
And I know this is off topic, but the recent episode we watched was the Hive Mind episode with, like, the robot bees.
Oh, yeah.
And they basically used Twitter to, like, cause a mass murder of everyone in the fucking world.
Yeah, you told me about this.
And it worked. Because people just willingly played into the game.
Yeah.
And everyone that played was killed.
Ah, jeez.
Which was like the funniest yet most cruel thing ever. But that's the thing, you know, that's stuff they posted publicly.
Yeah.
If it's stuff that's posted privately or not posted at all, why are they granted access to that? That's insane.
Yeah.
I remember in my old elementary school days, they would give you a laptop. And this is why I bought my own laptop, because the cameras embedded in the laptops were able to be publicly seen by the higher-ups at the school. So they could turn it on at any time they felt like, even if you were at home.
Yeah.
So you could just be sitting in front of your monitor, like just maybe jacking off or something. And your principal just decides he wants to see what you're up to, and all of a sudden he gets like a big dick in his face. And then he wonders what the fuck he's looking at.
Oh no.
And he can turn his microphone on too, so you can hear him talk to you through the speaker. It's unsettling is what it is.
Charles,
and the only reason they can do that is because they own the PC.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, like, how far are we allowed to go in terms of this?
I mean, my statement is fuck your privacy. You don't deserve jack shit. Why do you care? Like,
so you want to see me jack off? Do you, Dylan?
Alright, I'm not talking about that. Alright, this is on privacy as a whole. I mean, maybe that. No.
Yes, I agree with you. Your public name, your address, your phone number is already on the internet, even if you have never posted it.
Any information about you.
By public record, it is already there.
How do you think that companies get so many statistics? A lot of time, they get statistics from, like tracking you and that sort of thing. It just makes things... It makes marketing harder.
Yellow pages, it's all already there.
Yeah. It makes marketing harder, just that sort of thing, if you're, really desperately trying to avoid being tracked. Like, why? Why do people care so fucking much? Oh my god. It seems like just about every person on the goddamn planet, is gonna throw a goddamn tantrum if they don't have their privacy.
People who are sincerely paranoid are the same people who are like those hookers who have the drug problem.
Yeah.
They know they're doing something bad, and they know that just the little bit of information is gonna get them busted.
I know. So if that is the case, then fuck you. Still, my point still stands.
All it takes is a troll like me to report them to the police.
If you're doing something illegal, then you deserve to be caught. Like, who cares? Privacy? Fuck you. You don't deserve it. The government can know what the hell you're up to. I don't care. Let them know.
Okay.
Let them catch you if you're doing something illegal. Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why is the government allowed to know, what my this is going nowhere, man.
Okay.
I had one of my brain dead moments because I wanted to go back to the whole, on the disc stuff, but,
I don't think anybody's looking at that, though. Not commonly.
That can only go so far.
Yeah.
As long as you know what you're doing, but the majority don't go that far. In fact, most companies legally can't go that far.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but...
Contracts, baby. Gotta read those fucking 100-page contracts.
Would me screen sharing classify as having my hard drive exposed online?
I don't know.
All those JPEGs I've shared over Discord.
Possibly.
Does that count as being online now?
I really don't know.
Because it goes to a server, right? It goes to Discord servers.
Does it? Yeah, I guess it... Yeah,
so
it does.
Discord now indirectly has seen the contents of my hard drive. Therefore, I can easily be seen through the fucking hard drive.
Mm.
They have my face, which I don't know why they care, but it's up, it's there. My profile picture is my fucking face.
Yes, okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Well, alright, look. Here's what I want to know. We live in America, right? Does America force the UN's rules? Or the UN's laws? They don't, of course.
Not necessarily, but China has this social credit policy going on.
Okay, but that's completely a different story. I just want to mention that this is why we still have our lollies. Lolliburu is still up. You can't find it on search engines. I mean, not most of them. I think you can find it on, DuckDuckGo. But, Lolliburu exists. So clearly it's not just, worldwide illegal right now. You can still find that stuff online. But it's I guess it's discouraged.
This whole podcast just been talking about, lolly hentai, basically.
Almost, yeah.
That's what, 3/4 of this whole thing's been about. Even me talking about Tekko.
I know, I was gonna say.
About lolly hentai.
You talked about hentai, too.
Gerald, I think we have a problem. I think we need to both go to counseling.
I don't know. Oh, God. We're fucking terrible.
It's just I think we're the ones with the problem.
Yeah, I
don't think it's the public. I think it's us.
Mm.
And I think I need to go to counseling starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Speak to a therapist about my obsession with 2D anime women.
That
Particularly of the moe
session.
variety.
Of the moe variety, of course.
You know, like, I think it's getting out of hand, dude.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to put the icing on the cake, like, China, they'll, like, lower your social credit if they find that you're really into lolly hentai.
Really?
This is factual, too. This isn't, like, made up.
Oh
This
my
is factual.
god.
In China, everything you do is monitored now. Like, literally everything is baby monitored. The only time you get to yourself is in your own closet.
Yeah.
But even then, you can still get points deducted if you spend too long in that closet. So in China, you better get out of the fucking closet. And I mean that in both a literal and hypothetical sense.
Do they take points off for being gay?
Yes.
So then maybe you don't want to come out of the closet.
They can take off points for any reason they feel.
There's no defined methods to point deductions.
Yeah.
The rules are deliberately left to be vague.
Oh, man.
So that way, if they just decide that you're playing too many video games, which has happened,
Yeah.
you can lose points.
Oh,
You're not going to school, you can lose points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got sick to work, you can lose points.
Really? Well, sickness is outside of your control, though.
Anything fucking goes.
I don't know, man.
It
I
is
feel like you
all
might be
about-
exaggerating this a little
Look
bit.
it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
All right.
They are solely focused on the bottom line. If you cannot concede to the bottom line, you will lose points.
Mm.
And if your points get low enough, you will be denied privileges.
Yeah.
And these privileges can range from a fuck ton of things. It could even be as far as not being able to leave the fucking country.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's worse, North Korea or China.
I'd say North Korea is still
At least
definitely
North Korea
worse,
has a
but-
dictatorship.
Yeah.
And at least his dictator loves his people, even if it's a love-hate relationship kind of love.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, Kim Jong-un at least has the decency to say his people are people.
Mm-hmm.
And then meanwhile in fucking China, you know, they're treating everybody like they're fucking animals.
In the communist government of China.
Yeah, I know, I did that. The reason I did that was because I heard about it in my class again.
Oh, yeah.
And it heavily reminded me of Ghost, and I felt like I needed to lay it down.
Mr. Fortune Cookie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in summarization, China's going to shit.
Mm.
America loves to follow in China's footsteps. America's going to shit.
Well, yeah, well, that's what's going.
I'm waiting for the day that this gets enacted in somewhere like California.
Yeah.
'Cause California is like the experimental state. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to fuck some shit up, take it to California. They'll happily take it in. Because California's just a shithole right now, you know?
It's the worst state.
They'll take anything that they can do to try and better their state, when in reality it's only going to make the state worse.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So, you just get this whole shit funnel of experimental ideas.
Mm.
And it's so bad that you can make more money being homeless in California than you could working a minimum wage job. It's no wonder why everyone wants to be homeless, because they can be richer. Homeless people are the wealthiest people in fucking California.
I don't think people want to be homeless, Charles.
Have you seen the welfare system?
Yes, I have. It's terrible.
It is broken in California.
Welfare should have never
Absolutely
been
broken.
started. It's a terrible plan. It's terrible.
So you can blame social credit for that. Thank you very much. I'm Dick Matterson, and I approve this message.
Yeah. If you want to send us an email, it's theorientalelites@gmail.com. We will always read them on the show towards the end. Like right about now is where we'd be reading it if we get an email. So do that.
As long as I don't pass out while doing so.
Yes. Yes, because it is late for Charles right now. I'm gonna have one hell of a time editing this video.
It's almost 3 in the morning, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You might think that it's easy, But, like, God, this is a lot of recording. It's mostly because my mic is shit. I have to do a lot of cleaning up on my end. But, oh well, I think this was a good episode. How about you, Charles? You had a good time?
Just a lot of lolly discussion, but yeah.
Yep. A good time was had by all. See you on the next episode.